It's about 4:50, 5 a.m. It's cold. It feels like it's 28, I think, is what the weather said, and it's like 35. Um, I am just sitting here in my tent, just about to make some coffee. And then I'm just going to kind of rest here a minute. Still having some pain in my hips. I think my body's not used to the big miles, so at night it doesn't like laying flat for any long periods of time. So I got to get that sorted. But I'm 5.7 miles to the turnoff to Mormon Lake. Then it's another mile to the lake. I only have like a 400-foot ascent, 400-foot descent over that course of 5 miles, so it's not bad. Relatively flat. So I'm going to have some coffee, enjoy my rather brisk morning, and I'll talk to y'all later. So I'm still pretty new to backpacking. I think I've only done about 300 miles or so over the course of this last several years. And I'm still learning. For example, today I learned that if you've got one meal and 1 liter of water, your backpack weighs like 10 pounds. I'm just cruising right now. This is great. So from now on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat all of my food and drink all of my water before I start my hike. Then I'll get them big miles in. This forest kind of reminds me of Deathly Hallows 1, when Harry, Ron, and Hermione are running from the Snatchers. I think I watched too many movies. Too much TV. Y'all think Bigfoot's here? About 2 miles in, it hasn't warmed up. The sun's finally peeking over the trees, so hopefully it warms up soon. I was walking along the ground and I noticed that the mud's frozen. So I took my Sawyer out, my water filter, and I put it on the inside of my jacket, my hoodie, and my shirt, so hopefully it stays pretty warm. I'm only like 3 miles from the trail that takes me to Mormon Lake, so I'm hoping to get there in the next couple hours. I'm also hoping it warms up a little bit, thaw out this trail. Frost in the mud. The ground's pretty solid. Made it to a tank. Don't quite know what tank this is. I'll look it up in a minute, but there's plenty of water in it. I bet it's iced over though. So I screwed up and missed the turnoff of the trail, and I'm on a Forest Service road. I thought about turning right here, and that road will take me back to the trail, or I can keep going, and this road will take me all the way into Mormon Lake. I think I'm just going to keep going. It doesn't look any shorter or any longer or anything like that. If I turn around and go back to the trail, it's going to add a little bit more. I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to stick with this road and see where I end up. I mean, it all comes to an end in Mormon Lake somehow. So here we go, rolling into Mormon Lake. It's really pretty out here. Coming in from the wrong side of Mormon Lake, you can just see a little bit more of the town. These beautiful cabins. I think it would be a great place to summer. There's the lake, the dry lake. Alright y'all, I'm at Mormon Lake. They let me in my cabin early. It's only 10:30. I stuffed myself with, hey look, hi. Stuffed myself with chicken fried steak. And now I'm going to, while I still have a little bit of energy before I take a nap, I am going to clean my clothes, hiker style, just right there in the tub. Let them soak for a couple hours and then hang them. But this is a cute little lodge. Hiker special is $100. Normally it's about $169. But yeah, I'm really liking this. So I'm gonna unpack my gear, go through everything, and that's it. I think I'm going to have dinner tonight at the steakhouse. I'm gonna have a big fat juicy burger smothered in bacon and cheese and not eat ramen. And then in the morning get my package at 9 and then hit the road after that. So I'm gonna enjoy my day off. All right, I am clean and showered and feeling great. I'm gonna show you how I did my lawn. This is all my gear, my clothes, like socks and gaiter and, you know, gloves and whatnot. What I did was I put them on the bottom of the tub while I showered and stepped on them to try to help get some of the dirt out.
And then I'm going to hand scrub them all with some soap, wring them out the best that I can. Then I'm going to hang it up right here on the shower line. And then once they're a little bit drier, move them over here to the clothesline and hang them up here. So hopefully they will be dry by the time I'm ready to leave in the morning. Okay, I've pulled out all my gear, double checked, triple checked everything. Did really good with the food. Ended up with 1 pita, 1 hummus, and a complete cookie left. So that was a really good balance. I gave the hummus away to another hiker that I met. I've run into quite a few times. We were leapfrogging on the trail. Got myself some oranges, some mandarin oranges, and leftover breakfast. And then what I have left, I bought some new fuel, a bigger can, in case I need to boil water. Then a complete cookie, and then that dish I was using to make the hummus. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the hiker box. Throwing all away on my garbage. Hi. Cleaned out my Sawyer. I did a back flush on it. A lot of dirt and stuff came out, so hopefully that will help keep it clean. I did a Google search on the yellow water when I had some bars last night, and sometimes it happens. I mean, these Sawyer filters are sent to Africa to help people who don't have clean drinking water, so I know it's a good filter, and I've been keeping it warm. I stuffed it down my shirt this morning, been sleeping with it every night, so I think the Sawyer's fine. They didn't have one inside the general store, so I'll be all right. I'll manage. Get my stuff all charged up, and then here's all my clothes. Rinsed them the best I could. I'm gonna, the cabin came with a fan, so I'm gonna let them hang here for the rest of the day, but I'm gonna take a nap. I got some donuts to eat, and I'm gonna drink a lot of water, and I'm gonna sleep. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, rough. It's about 9:30 on Monday. So yesterday, oh, dropping that. Yesterday, my plan was to take a little nap and set my alarm for 5 to go over and have dinner in the restaurant. Well, didn't realize the restaurant closed at 3. So I had to eat what leftover food I had. Then I went to go have breakfast there this morning, realizing that it was Monday. They were closed. So went to the convenience store there, got a breakfast burrito. I waited for my resupply box at 9, just got that. So very, very late start for me, about 2.5 hours behind where I normally like to be. So I got to move it. Trying to make about 18 miles today. My pack is heavy with 4 days of food. Good Lord. I'll go back to this one meal thing. So yeah, 18 miles today. And looks like there's some trail magic up ahead for me in the next couple of days, so that's going to be rad. So, I'll see you later. So yesterday when I did my laundry, I bought a bar of Dial, the orange bar from the general store when I hand washed my laundry, and I could smell it, and it reminds me of Grandma and Grandpa's house when they lived in Mesa, because Grandma always had that orange Dial. I was thinking about them and that summer I spent with them, and until I went on to culinary school. I miss them. Lunchtime. It's about 2:45. I'm having some curried hummus and a fizzy drink with some tortillas and some water. And for a little bit of fun, I put some Cholula. I found I was looking for some Cholula, some hot sauce, and Trig found me this 10-pound bag of these Cholula hot sauce packages that are perfect. So I have them for all my next trips. Yeah, these are great off Amazon. And someone was asking me about the hummus. One of the hiker guys. I just Googled. I started going to Amazon and looking for hummus to just add water. And I came across this. It's pretty good. I'm really liking this curry one. It's a little bit better than that other one. The other one needs salt. But yeah, it mixes with the water, and I put a pouch of olive oil in it so you have a little bit more texture. It's a nice afternoon snack. Hello everybody, I got some good news and some bad news. I'm camped for the night. I did roughly about 18 miles outside of Mormon Lake with the detours and side trails and stuff. Bad news is when I was coming into Mormon Lake yesterday, I screwed up my knee, so I've had to wrap it up pretty tight. But if I slow down, I'm okay. I still managed to get in 18 miles today, so that's good. But because of that, and I don't want to push it because I have my Sierra hike coming up in a couple of months, I may cut this trip a little shorter than I want, mile-wise. I may still take 4 days to get to Flag. I just may not do the full roundabout that I want to do. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel. Yesterday I got to Mormon Lake. I soaked my knee. I took a shower. Took another shower. And I thought it was doing better, but it's really not. So we'll see. As long as I keep it wrapped tight, I'm fine. Good news
is, and the reason I'm not telling you exactly where I'm at or exact mileage or any of that stuff is I just met an Arizona Trail legend. His name is Sequoia, and it's been for the last several years. He does trail magic on the trail. He'll just randomly be at one place and he feeds them and, just hangs out and does whatever needs to be done. The dude is amazing. Me and I camping with a couple of the dudes that I met on the trail today. Shows up with a couple of beers and starts handing beers. He's like, "Hey, I'm Sequoia," and I was like, "Oh my god!" Just like a raging hiking nerd boner right then and there. So I didn't think I'd ever meet the guy because not being a thru hiker, and since he moves around a lot and he doesn't want people to know where he's at, it's kind of like a surprise thing. So I didn't ever expect to meet the guy. So that was pretty awesome. The two dudes that I'm at camp with, one is Lieutenant Dan and the other is Drip. Drip actually hiked the PCT with some people I watch on YouTube. So that was pretty rad. So we were talking about that in my upcoming hike in the Sierra. And the Lieutenant Dan was just a cool kid who's just taking his time up the trail. He's just living his best life. So that's pretty rad. So I'm going to get ready for bed. I haven't even really done anything. Like, I am not even dressed for bed yet. So I need to get going. So I'll talk to you all in the morning. Good morning. It's about 6:45, 37 degrees. I'm going to start walking. I decided that I'm not going to be able to do all the miles that I want to do. Either I bit off more than I could chew and didn't allow myself enough time. That's part of it. And the other part is my knees really been bothering me. And the last thing I want to do is wreck that before my big hike in the Sierra in a couple of months. So I think I'm going to try to hike to the 89A. So I'll do half of that little loop-de-loop thing and decide from there. So I'm going to try to do as many miles as I can today, as close as I can to that, because once I get there, to I-40, I can't camp on the other side of I-40, so I'll probably do 2 days, and then the third day, hike to the 89A, hop on a bus, get in town, and try to find a hotel room. So I'll be in Flag maybe a day early, I think. Water, I don't know what's coming up, so whenever I have a chance at water, I'm going to fill up. Still don't really need a whole lot, because I think it's just so cold right now. I just haven't needed it. I've only got water twice yesterday. That was when I left the hotel and then when I went to go camp tonight. So, well, I should probably get going. It's still a little chilly out. So not a lot to look at right now. I'm on a dirt road, and I've been on a dirt road for several miles. It's a nice little break from the up and down, up and down, up and down, especially from Mormon Lake. Just not a lot to look at. Summary of the trail so far: steep, rocky, muddy, snowy, attack geese, snowy, muddy, rocky. My poor feet. See better days. For lunch today I got some Easy Mac with some Spam, and then I'm going to put a little Cholula in there. Then my fizzy drink. I'm at the Marshall Lake Trailhead. There's a little bit of a water cache here. I'm going to hang out here for a little bit, kind of rest, and then head to, I think, at the interchange of the urban Flagstaff Urban Trail and the original Arizona Trail, and probably stay there. There's also a campground nearby that I might stay. I thought about just staying here because I've already done 10 miles for the day, but it's early. It's only like 11:40, so I'm gonna keep getting those miles in. This is really, really beautiful. It's Marshall Lake out there, which is just grass. Into a couple of hikers today, but overall it's been pretty chill, pretty flat too, pretty cruisy.
been on this path now for a couple of miles, and it's been just twisty and switchbacks, and there's just trees all around. And I couldn't figure out what the AZT was doing when I was looking at the trail on the Gut Hugs map, because it just looks like it's all over the place. But I'm really digging this. Just like a nice peaceful walk in the woods. This is what my phone sees while I'm on a hike. In Sandy Canyon, look at these rocks. All right, I'm at Fish Guzzler Trick Tank, which isn't really a tank. It's more of just a water collection thing. I'm exhausted. I did 22 miles today. I'm going to try to find a flat space to camp nearby. I had a big debate with myself when I got to Sandy Canyon about either going and rolling the dice on that closed campground, or walking into Flag, or sticking to my plan of making it to the 89A. And at that time it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I said, let's do it. But it also got to about 75 degrees because I'm at a much lower elevation, and I almost ran out of water, and it was hard. It was really hard, but I made it. I did the full 22 miles. I'm gonna go no more than half a mile to find a place, flat place to lay out my gear and go to sleep. I have 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to bed with about 5 liters of water. And then tomorrow, my mileage is like 15 miles to the 89A, and then I got a hotel room at the Aspen Hotel, which looks pretty shady. So that'll be fun. And then I'm just gonna wait until Thursday when the Airbnb is open. So yeah, the trip's almost done. But first, camp. Well, I'm at camp. I'm probably 0.2 miles from the watering hole. I think I'm actually off the old Arizona trail. I started following what I thought was a deer path, but then looking at my app, Gut Hook, it looks like it was the Arizona trail just kind of veers off a little bit. I've ran into no other hikers here. I think everybody took the urban trail into Flagstaff, and I honestly don't blame them. I mean, Flag is right over there. I'll probably be able to see the lights from the city tonight. But I told myself that I was going to get to the 89A no matter what, because I'm already cutting out so many miles from my hike. So I was like, I'm gonna do this. When I started to hike up to Fisher Point, I just about gave up. I was like, I can't do this. It got to about, I think, 75 degrees, which is nice, but not. I have to say it's a little nicer than the waking up to 29, 28 degrees. But when you already have a heavy pack and you're going up and you have to conserve your water, it was hard. And but I did it, and I've only got 15 miles before I get where I need to go. So I'll probably sleep in a little bit. I got a hotel for tomorrow. Can't check in till 4, so I'm gonna take my time getting in the Flag. But I think that there's gonna be a big fat Diablo burger waiting for me. So I'm gonna eat something now, drink some more water, and go to sleep. Good morning. It's about 5:45. Oh, it's my last night on trail. I've got about 15.5 miles to go to the 89A, which is also known as Old Route 66, where I'm going to catch a bus to go into town. And I got my hotel room set up. I'm going to sleep. I slept pretty well last night. It's not nearly as cold here near Flagstaff as it is up in the mountains. It was pretty windy yesterday, and I was a little worried that the wind might carry over into last night, but it didn't. Woke up to an owl hooting at me. That was pretty rad. So yeah, pretty chill morning. Gonna just enjoy my last day on trail, I guess. I'm probably about a mile away from my 40. It's kind of bizarre. I went from, the ponderosa pines, which looks like these are junipers, to this red sand that's clinging to my shoes. This little section is kind of a little bit of everything you see on the Arizona Trail. think I might get blown away if I stop moving. Woo! Stepped off trail for a second to go to the bathroom. You know, I look for a lot of trees and bushes here, blocking me away from the trail, which is over there. Found a good spot. Took a few minutes. But hey, this is a really nice spot. I'm out of the wind and everything. Until I look right over there, there's a house. Boy, they got a show, didn't they? This is it, guys. Right there. Oh my God. Wow, look at it. I did it, y'all. Insane. Whew. Woo! Y'all, the hotel doing laundry. Some proper laundry this time, not hiker in the sink laundry. I did it. I still can't believe that I did it. You know, you watch these videos of these people doing it, you hear stories of people doing it, and you think, oh, I could do that, and then you're on trail, and it starts snowing, and it drops below 25 degrees, your water's frozen, the winds are blowing you off trail, you just hard, it's really hard, and you think, I can never do this, and then it happens, and you did it, and I've been off the trail for maybe 4 hours now, and I'm already thinking about my next hike. So I ran into this hiker named Drip. He was a PCT hiker a couple years ago. And he said, when we were all having dinner, he said, it takes a special kind of person to want to do this. I mean, what kind of psycho decides I'm going to just walk for 2,600 miles with just what I need on my back? And he's right. It does take a special kind of person to want to do these sort of long distance trails. And I guess I'm one of those people now. Man, what a trip. An absolute trip. I can't believe I just walked to Flagstaff. Wow.